got the glasses off. I got my new glasses on. Don't these look lovely?
They're reflecting purpley.
Because they got special coating on them. They got a special anti-glare coating on them so I don't get headaches. Because that's what happens when you sit in front of a computer all day.
Yeah, these cost like $9. There's no special coating.
About, I don't know, 40, 50 times that. But how you doing today? I see you got some snow.
Yes, it's dissipating somewhat. I think the stuff on the roof is gone because it was very sunny. It was raining on the side of the house because all the snow was melting, but there's still snow in my yard currently.
I just couldn't. My snow allergy is so ridiculous. I just couldn't do that.
I hate when that happens.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not allergic to snow.
Yeah, darn snow allergy. So I ordered. I can't wait. I got my Amazon. I decided I'm going to photograph the eclipse. So the problem is, yes. I mean, well, it's going to pass right by, more or less. So it set its path based on me, of course, being the center of the universe. But it's
very close. You're very close to the center of the universe. It's very hot where you are.
It is. So I'm I'm
going to start drinking now that you're talking about yourself being the center of the universe.
Perfect. So because of that, the lens, the filter is like 95 millimeters. It's huge, right? It's almost like 5 inches wide. So my options are like $150 neutral density filter, or buy the film and cardboard something up and MacGyver the whole thing so I can quickly take it off in the middle of the eclipse and then put it back on so I don't burn the sensor of the camera.
You could make like an 1800s pinhole camera. Why don't you just do that?
It is kind of like that, except with a bigger hole on the end. It's going to have dichro or neutral density. Whoa, I'm way out of focus. Are you drunk already, or is it me? Oh, there we go.
Oh, now you focus back out. Your camera just had a tiny stroke. Don't worry about it. I got special glasses for the eclipse because these will work. These will work, right?
Definitely. Totally. I think you're.
I'd be more excited about the eclipse if aliens were truly coming to get us. That would be amazing.
Ack.
Yeah.
Ack.
You think those will work?
I know. Are your the ones that you bought? Did you buy high quality eclipse glasses?
I did get actual eclipse. Now I can't see the screen, so they must work really good. So I'm gonna take those off. I'm not gonna do the whole video on those. Those are $1.99 at the Wegmans. Everybody go get your eclipse wear. Because apparently I said thank you to the cashier for having them because I was concerned on how I was going to survive the hot burning, as my niece and I call it, the day star, trying to burn our retinas out. I mean, I could solve the problem by just staying in the house. Or trying to calculate exactly when it's fully covered, because apparently you can look at it when it's fully covered, and that's okay. Right, but you can't look at it the before bits and the after bits. What if I hold that just over the thing of my camera? Will that work? Or over my phone?
Like that, as long as it's neutral density film, you'll be okay.
Like, so I could do that and take a picture of the eclipse and not burn out my sensor?
You could try that, yes. I can't. I'm making no professional guarantees. I've bought enough neutral density filters.
Should I call Verizon and ask them? I'm sorry.
I think you should definitely. Call the 800 number for Verizon and say, "Excuse me, I'm going to be photographing the eclipse with my. I'm going to be photographing the eclipse with my cell phone, and I want to know how much.
If I take my eclipse glasses and put them over the phone, and not so, I should have bought a second pair. So I'd have one pair for my cell phone to wear and one pair for me to wear. That would have made more sense.
They're so expensive. I mean,
I'm not going back to Wegmans just maybe. We'll see. I'm not
going to go grocery shopping in the next 2 weeks. I mean, my bigger question is this, because I've seen the news, like 30 Wegmans are going to close for a half an hour during the eclipse. Now, first of all, will they continue to pay their employees? Is that a paid half hour, or is that considered your standard break?
I don't think they're union, so I don't know if they get anything to say about that or not. But I would assume that they're not going to send them all home at whatever time at 2:45 and then bring in a whole fresh load of Wegmans employees at 3:15. Maybe they'll just give everyone lunch for that half hour.
If they're having lunch, how are they going to see the eclipse?
I have to eat outside. I don't know how.
Could be risky. You guys still have snow up there.
One never knows. It's supposed to be nice at the end of this week, and then it's going to be back in the 40s. They're not saying anything serious about snow. Once we get past March, like serious snow is usually off the table. So.
Oh, you've had some serious snow come April. I mean, it just sounds like you don't want to be committal.
Not like snow that like hangs out. Like
wasn't there
March
is
Wasn't
there one Mother's Day where they had like a blizzard or like a
no?
Snow
We've had snow on Mother's Day, absolutely, but not usually enough to. I mean, up here, if we get 4 inches of snow, it's not a big deal. I mean, I have plenty of photos of my lilacs in bloom with snow on them. Like that's normal. That's par for the course up here. We're used to it. That's just, hey, look, there's snow. All right, moving on. It's really not.
I mean, I don't know how you live with it. I mean, I went out this morning.
Easy.
It was raining. It was like 50 degrees, and it was really
and
chilly.
You almost died. Like it was touch and go. You were freezing.
I was checking them out. It's 67 and cold for some reason outside. I have no idea why.
67. 67, I don't even put a coat on for that.
I don't even think you put shoes on for that.
67, I would not need shoes all day. Shoes on occasion. Shoes are optional. But 67. Well, yeah. I live here because the weather is not actively trying to kill me. The weather is not always great, but the weather is not actively trying to kill me.
Are you saying my weather's trying to kill me?
Tornado. Do you know how many tornadoes we get in New York? Not too many. And what is my favorite defense for the tornado? What should everybody have? A basement. What do y'all have in Texas? You got a freaking closet in the middle of the house, and that's supposed to protect you. I got a fieldstone basement that's 18 inches thick, man. We're not going anywhere, even if there was a hurricane.
Now, would you get in the fridge? Like, throw everything out
in the fridge
just in case?
Why? I'm in the base. I can go to a basement. I have a fridge in the basement. I have a coffee freezer in the basement. I could go inside.
I mean, would you get in there if there was a tornado coming? And you
no, I would just go to the basement. I have faith that my fieldstone basement is going to hold up.
So you wouldn't be like in Indiana Jones in that movie where like there was he saw that he was at the nuclear test zone and he jumped into the refrigerator and got blasted.
Well, a nuclear test zone and a tornado are two completely different end stage emergencies.
They're both pretty windy.
They're both. Yeah, they're both.
I saw Oppenheimer. It looked like wind. The people's hair was moving.
Right. And yeah, well, I think of you people in Texas more like the scenes in Twister where they're holding on to the water pipes and hoping not to get sucked in while their feet are dangling up in the air. And they're like, oh, shit, we're going to die. You know, we have basements. So even if a tornado would come, because we have had a few, they're not big and scary. You know, they're usually a little more fleeting and like, was there really a tornado? It was kind of like a tornado. And then they send the guys out to look and decide. So we don't really have forest fires, wildfires, pretty safe from that. No major.
That's Selena Gomez is telling you not to, is to be like Smokey Bear.
Selena Gomez. Okay. We don't have earthquakes. We don't have tsunamis. We don't have Pineapple Express coming up and dumping 4 foot of snow on our heads.
Wait. Let's go back in a Wayback Time Machine. There were earthquakes at the Axo mine back in the day. The Axo Nova.
We have earthquakes, but they don't knock buildings down. You're like, my Jello's wiggling on the table. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, we had one, and I had one of those dressers that had like the little metal handles, like the old colonial looking things. So it would clack, 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 because we had a little earthquake. But we also used to get that same thing when the city bus went around the corner at my house. So it lasted longer. So I was like, Mom, are we having an earthquake, or is the bus like keep going over the bump around the corner? I'm confused. But yeah.
Last one I was in San Diego. It was like 3 a.m. and stuff all rattled off the nightstand at the hotel.
Yeah, I mean, we had one. I was at the office one day when we had one, and it really wasn't very. I mean, it's our earthquakes are pretty chill. I mean, compared to those people who live on a major fault line. Like we have some stuff because of the mountains, but
now, do you have a basement? Does your sister have a basement?
no,
What is she gonna do?
I'm not sure. I guess because she has nothing that would be tornado worthy. I guess she would have to pull the whole lay in the bathtub trick. One of my old dogs when we had a storm, used to go lay in the bathtub. So I think he came from out Midwest because he was like, thunderstorm, wham, he was in the tub. I was like, I didn't teach you to do that. So I'm really not sure where you got that like safety skill from. But it was pretty funny. I was just like, we didn't. You're from New York, or you're in New York now. I'm not sure why you're running to the tub, but more power to. If you feel safe from the tub, I'm all in. Because my dogs don't go to the basement, so if we have a tornado, it's going to be a fight to get them in the basement.
Wow, what if there was a tornado during the eclipse, but people had to make a choice? Do I want to go to a basement, or do I want to see the eclipse? Because this eclipse thing, I mean, I get it. I understand that, this.
Only people in the Northeast are going to have that problem, because y'all in Texas don't have basements, so you're just going to look at the eclipse and hope for the best because you're on your own. Simple, super simple.
You can always peek and then flee, right? Is what you're saying?
Peek and flee. That's how people get video of tornadoes. I love how you have these amateur people with their cell phones out. Oh my God. And then the people are, they're showing it on news like, oh, this is what regular people do. Great. So safety first, don't do that. Because if you can see the tornado, newsflash, it can see you. And if it takes a wild turn, you're going down. Rather, you're going up into the tornado with the cows and all the
Did you see that there's now Twisters is coming out?
Twisters?
The sequel to Twister.
I've missed that. I'm still recovering from the fact that maybe it's just fake news, like the they're remaking the Tombstone movie, which nearly threw me off my access completely, out of my universe, because remaking 1993's Tombstone would be tragic. I don't care. You could put Johnny Depp in it, and I would still say it was heresy.
Wow. Now, let me tell you, for you to make that statement,
I'm serious.
You don't mess with your Johnny Depp.
Remaking Tombstone is crossing a line. It cannot be remade. I actually was, because I kept Googling everything, because I was very upset because I thought the movie was real for about 20 minutes. It was a problematic 20 minutes in my life, that I was very concerned, and then, very relieved when I found out that it was not. It was some fan-created art that put, now who was even in it? It was Matthew McConaughey as Doc Holliday. No, because if he comes out going, all right, I'm not playing. And then,
but if you're a doctor, isn't that a good thing for a patient to hear?
If you were going to pretend that Doc Holliday would actually say those words, I would lose my nonsense. I would drive to Hollywood and take someone out. No, absolutely not. Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday, bar none. Kurt Russell as Wyatt Earp. Sam Elliott as Virgil Earp. Come on. You can't beat... I don't care who you put in the film. And fun fact, I just saw something that asked, are all the mustaches in Tombstone real in the original?
And were they?
What is your guess? Kurt Russell's mustache is freaking phenomenal.
I bumped into him once. He had a mustache. So yeah, I mean,
I mean,
so.
the tombs. So they're basically going for like the main characters. So apparently, everyone's mustache, and Sam Elliott, as we all know, does a great job with a mustache. Perpetual, fantastic mustache, no matter what. Even you caught him on a good day, he's still gonna, bad day, good mustache, no matter what. But Kurt Russell's is real. Everyone's was real except for the guy who played Sheriff Behan, because apparently he had come right off some other project where he had to be clean shaven. So his mustache is fake, but all of the other mustaches, Bill Paxton, all the other main characters, real.
Well, that was before the day they could just CGI him.
I was going to say, there's no CGI like facial hair. That's just wrong. I don't even know. I mean, if you're gonna do that, like, don't even bother making a movie. If you can't put on like physical makeup to give someone a mustache, why? Put a little effort in. I don't want to see everything computer generated. I don't need AI to give me a mustache on somebody. You would just tell your AI computer, put this person with a Sam Elliott mustache on, and psh, there you go. It's perfect. No, it's like I said, but it is not real. They are not remaking Tombstone, so I don't have to take a hit out on anyone currently.
Tragedy averted.
Tragedy averted. I was worked up. I was hitting the Google hard trying to find out what was going on, because they were throwing all kinds of names out there.
I was hitting the Google hard.
Because I was like, no.
Come here, Google.
That's can't be done. Can't be done.
That's a bumper sticker statement right there. Hitting the Google hard.
Listen, if I need information, I told some coworkers today, they were like, I said, well, I don't know the answer to that. Let's just ask Google. And they were like, what? I go, y'all think I'm so smart. I just sit here and Google. When it's a general question, I don't know the answer to everything. I type Google, and I'm really good at asking the question so I get the answer I'm looking for. I'm not just like rando, throwing some words out there. Like, I'm asking a very specific question, looking for a very specific answer. And usually Google provides. Not always, but
better than Jeeves. Remember Jeeves?
I do remember. That was kind of fun. Yeah, that was kind of. I wasn't interneting a lot. I wasn't using the interwebs a lot back then. When Jeeves was the way to go.
Is he even still alive? Let's see. Let's go. Let's real quick ask Jeeves.
I'm sure it's still out there.
It's now ask.com.
Oh, just asked. It took Jeeves out of the equation.
Jeeves must have passed.
He's passed.
Yes.
Should I look him up on Find a Grave?
Well, you could. I mean, you're so good at, at doing genealogy. Maybe you can find out if Jeeves passed on. I mean, is there someone taking his mantle?
I hate to break it. He's fake. So, like Max Headroom, fake. Not a real person.
Burst my bubble again. So, hey, I'm thinking I should rent out the last few hotel rooms in Rochester and then resell them. What do you think? Because apparently there aren't like
you're gonna scalp hotel rooms like concert tickets.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
like, you're gonna buy them and then put them on a secondary resale site and hope for the best.
Well, I mean, that's what they're doing on hotels.com. I mean,
I don't know,
because this is the biggest thing to hit Rochester. If I get one more email or link from somebody going how big this thing is in Rochester, I mean,
let me tell you,
that revitalizes
when Rochester. I'm watching the extended forecast and they're calling for thick clouds, I'm gonna be sitting here giggling, saying I spent $1.99 on glasses. That's all I did. I'm not going anywhere. I got to work that day. I might just walk out my driveway for a minute and look at it and go back in the house and be like, "Been
there, done that."
I don't. I mean, like, I don't understand what the hype is. I understand that it's something that doesn't happen a lot,
They're
but
closing schools. I mean, because especially here in Texas, where education is secondary to just about everything else, kids are getting like day off of school, half a day off of school. I mean,
Yeah, well,
wouldn't you just
y'all
take the
got them.
kids outside, throw some glasses on them, and then spend the afternoon teaching them the physics behind why this happens? Wouldn't that be beneficial? I mean, I realize that physics is real fact and like real sciencey stuff, but and look, I have no kids, but I would think that that'd be a better use of time.
I mean, they're telling. I mean, they're basically telling us to prepare and get food ahead of time because the traffic's going to be. I don't even. It's 3:00 on a Monday. I don't understand how they think the world is shutting down for an eclipse that's going to last. I mean, if the sun was going to be blotted out for 6 hours, I gotcha. We got headlights on our cars. Like, we could function, people, unless this eclipse is going to shut off. Like, if the eclipse is also an EMP, all right, there's going to be issues. I mean, literally, the prep up here feels like Y2K. Now, you need to make sure you've got food because there's going to be. It's a 3-minute eclipse. 3 minutes. And it's not even going to be total darkness. You can manage. Get the flashlight on your cell phone. I don't know. Buy a tiny flashlight. Be prepared. Don't pull over on the side of the thruway to look at it so that you don't get killed. It seems self-explanatory.
I think.
Apparently, I'm wrong. I don't know, but
I mean, are people hoarding toilet paper for this? I mean, how bad is it? Is this pandemic level of insanity?
I've heard some weird things. I don't understand why there's this much prep for a celestial happening that will be, in the scheme of things, short-lived. Like I said, if the sun was going to be blotted out for a couple days, like solar panels aren't going to work, things are going to go badly, electric cars are going to lose their minds. There is no science backlash of this. I mean, all of the preparation is because we don't believe that humans can handle the surprise that we've been preparing for 2 months. I'm lost. I just don't understand. It's just very confusing to me on how this is an event.
Maybe we have the eclipse, Santa Claus appears, the Messiah comes, and there's world peace. Who knows? Maybe it could be something that brings us together.
Ancient Greece comes back into power. Julius Caesar rises from the dead. I mean, I don't think any of these things are going to happen. I think it's highly unlikely that there'll be anything, let's say, apocalyptic that's going to, transfer,
I want to know, and we'll kind of wrap it up with this, but I just want to, like, how does an eclipse happen on a flat Earth? Have you thought about that one?
No. To sci-fi into it, there's this fabulous, awful vampire movie. You've probably not heard of it, but anyone who's a true vampire geek has watched 30 Days a Night. Have you ever heard of this film? It's this fabulous vampire movie. Sure. I actually don't. I saw it. It's really bad. It's really bad.
There's a film out there that you don't have on DVD?
It's bad. It's really awful. But the vampires are in Alaska in the winter when it's dark all the time, and they just feast for like 23 and a half hours of every day. So like the whole town can't go anywhere because they've been infested by vampires who are running amok because of the darkness all the time. So it's called 30 Days of Night. If you've not watched it, we're talking like 1 star. I don't even remember who's in it. It's got to be a, list of 20 B movie stars. It's probably from the mid 90s, late 90s, somewhere in that. But, if the eclipse was going to last for a couple days, then we've got vampires to worry about. But are those real? Is the eclipse real?
From what I hear.
Is the eclipse real? Is it going to be 18%
maybe,
gray?
maybe it could be like the moon landing. Maybe this is just being
Maybe someone up there on the moon is
controlling the light.
the whole thing.
The light. Yeah,
They're
they
gonna
got a switch. It's like my grandmother used to think that they turned off Niagara Falls at night with a switch. It's like just like that.
That must wreak havoc on the hydroelectric portion of things. That's why we run out of electricity at night, because Niagara Falls is shut down. They're sleeping. The water's sleeping. Don't worry. Don't leave those things plugged in. We're going to run out of electricity.
She was certain of it, but all right. On that note,
I think we've covered the eclipse in full.
We have now had the entire full eclipse. So, all right. Well, I expect by the next time I talk to you, you'll have that movie on a DVD, glasses in hand. Night,
right.
Care.
Good night.